Welcome back to another Link for Seniors tutorial, and today we'll be learning how to FaceTime. What is FaceTime? FaceTime is a video chatting app for Apple devices, and it is automatically installed into your Apple device. But if for some reason it's not, then you can download it off the Apple Store. FaceTime uses your Apple ID, so it does not require a phone number, and you can FaceTime other Apple users who have Apple IDs. Why use FaceTime? FaceTime is an easy way to both see and talk to family and friends. And if you're connected to Wi-Fi, it is free to use because it doesn't take up any cellular data. There are multiple ways to FaceTime, including group FaceTime and FaceTime audio, which we'll go into detail later. Starting a FaceTime. You can start a FaceTime by going into any app that has access to the contact information of the person you're trying to FaceTime. This includes contacts, messages, phone, and FaceTime apps. And once you've reached the person you're trying to FaceTime, there are two places that you can FaceTime them from, as shown with the arrows in the image. And now we'll be showing how to start a FaceTime from these apps. First, go to the Contacts app and search up the person you're trying to FaceTime. Press either FaceTime button to begin the FaceTime. It's pretty similar to access FaceTime from the phone app, so you go into the app and you search up the person that you want to FaceTime. And then you can click on either FaceTime button to start the FaceTime. FaceTiming people through the phone app is an easy way to FaceTime people who are on your favorites or recents tab in your phone app. And to FaceTime them, press the I button on the right of their name and it'll lead you to the same contacts page, where you can click either FaceTime button to start a FaceTime. To start a FaceTime from the Messages app, go to the app, go to the person you'd like to FaceTime, click on the arrow next to their name at the top, and then click on FaceTime. Lastly, to start a FaceTime from the FaceTime app, go to the app, click on the plus button on the top right of the screen, and then search in the person that you'd like to FaceTime, and click the video button to start a FaceTime with video. If FaceTime isn't set up on your device, you can go to Settings, then FaceTime, and make sure the button is green like shown on the picture. And you'll likely have to enter your Apple ID in one of these steps. And now we'll be going through how to group FaceTime, which is basically FaceTiming multiple people at once. The two ways you can get to group FaceTime is through text message groups or through the FaceTime app. To FaceTime people you're in a group chat with, go to Messages, find the group chat, click on the arrow at the top of the screen next to the people's contacts, and click on FaceTime. To start a group FaceTime from the FaceTime app, go to the app, click on the plus button on the upper right, type in the people's names that you want to FaceTime. After selecting a person, you can type in other people's names and add them to the FaceTime. Once you typed everyone's names in, you can click on the green video button to start the FaceTime. You might have noticed, but if you start a FaceTime by going through the FaceTime app, there's also an option for audio. And this is basically just using FaceTime without a camera, which is just like a phone call. Some benefits of using FaceTime audio are that it's free when you're using Wi-Fi, the audio quality can be better than a regular phone call, and you can call people who do not have phone numbers, because it still only needs an Apple ID. So FaceTime audio can be a good alternative to making phone calls if you have a limited number of minutes in your data plan, or even if you want to make an international call. To start a FaceTime with only audio, go to the FaceTime app click on the plus button at the top right, type in the person you'd like to FaceTime, and tap on the button on the left that says audio. Another way to start a FaceTime audio is to go through to this contacts page like you would on a regular FaceTime, and instead of tapping on the camera icon, you tap on the phone icon to the right of the camera one. This is the general screen that you will see once you've started a FaceTime. You can see your own screen on the top right, but the big screen that you're seeing is the person you're FaceTiming. With this white button, you can take a photo of your screen on FaceTime. And this is the button you can press to insert any effects into your FaceTime. If for some reason you don't want your other person to hear what you are saying, you can mute yourself with this button. You can switch in between the front and back camera of your device by clicking on this button. And finally, to end your FaceTime, click on the red X. And now we'll be going through some of the special effects that you can access during a FaceTime. The first effect is Animoji, which is basically an animated emoji that mirrors your facial expressions. To use Animoji in your FaceTime, go to the effects button on the bottom left, click on the icon with the monkey, and you can scroll through and choose whichever emoji you'd like to represent your face. After choosing the emoji you'd like, click on the X to the right. And to return to the FaceTime, swipe down on the gray bar. To get rid of the emoji, click on the effects button on the bottom left again. You can also put filters into your FaceTime. The steps to insert filters are pretty similar. You first go to the effects button, but this time click on the icon with the 3 overlapping circles. And now you can scroll through the filters and choose the one you'd like. To get back to the FaceTime, you again click the X on the right and then swipe down. And to remove the filter, press on the effects button. And lastly, you can write text and insert icons into your FaceTime. To add these effects, you again go to the effects button, and to add text, you go to the button with the 2 A's. And then you can choose which font you would like. And then simply type in whatever words. And to get back to the FaceTime, press the X on the right and swipe down. Even if you move the screen, the text will stay in the same place. To add icons, go to the button with the pink squiggly lines. And here you can add moving shapes to your FaceTime. You can also move any of the icons around on your screen. Once again, to return back to the FaceTime screen, click on the X on the right and swipe down. To remove the text and icons, click the effects button. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this tutorial helpful.